Hello, friends. I found this interesting, just interesting. As you can see, the woman on the left is Sylvia Rafael, a CIA Mossad assassin. And the woman on the right is Ghislaine Maxwell, who is, if you look it up, she's also a CIA Mossad assassin. Okay, let's just see who Sylvia was. Hang on a minute here. Sylvia. Okay. Hang on. Let's read about Sylvia. Let me get it here. This one. Okay, let's read about Sylvia. When Mossad's greatest female assassin got it wrong, 42 years ago, an innocent Moroccan waiter was assassinated by Mossad agents in Norway, showing the lengths Israel would go to defend itself and the consequences of getting it wrong. Doesn't she look a lot like Ghislaine Maxwell? I'm not saying they're one and the same. I'm just saying, wow, the likeness is incredible. Let's see here. You know, you know, the CIA does a lot of stuff. Just saying. 42 years ago today, two hitmen from the Mossad Special Operations Unit emerged from a gray Volvo on Storgen Street in Lillehammer, Norway, and pointed their guns at a young man out to the movies with his pregnant girlfriend. 14 shots were fired, although the shooters took care not to harm the woman. The Mossad agents had been sent to Lillehammer to assassinate Ali Hassan Salameh, an operative and leader of the Palestinian militant group Black September and mastermind behind the murder of 11 Israeli athletes at the 1972 Munich Olympics. Of the agents sent to Norway, Sylvia Rafael had been uneasy about the viability of her team's mission and unsure that the man targeted was truly Salameh. The man they followed didn't turn around even once to see if agents were tailing him. Salameh would have been more cautious. Still, Rafael didn't call off the hit, which her own intelligence had set in motion. Only later did she learn that the young man lying dead in on the cobblestones was an innocent Moroccan waiter named Ahmad Bouchiki. Okay, let's see. Bouchiki's murder provoked an international outcry. Sylvia Rafael and 5 of her team members were arrested shortly after and tried in a Norwegian court. Sylvia was convicted of planned murder, espionage, and the use of forged documents, and was sentenced to 5.5 years in a prison in Oslo. Okay. In 1975, she was released after serving 15 months. Wow. Sylvia's story, as told by Modi Kuf, the man who recruited her and supervised her training in Sylvia Rafael, The Life and Death of a Mossad Spy, weaves together the story of a female agent willing to sacrifice everything in defense of her countrymen with the movements of the man she was meant to assassinate. Kafur's vivid narrative illuminates some of the similarities between two groups of people driven by passionate devotion and resolve in the face of almost unimaginable violence and sorrow, and reveals very different facets of Israelites' ongoing conflicts in the Middle East. In the wake of the recent Iran nuclear deal, it is important to remember that Israel has a demonstrable history of intelligence actions to back up Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's declaration that we will always defend ourselves. The nation's swift and decisive reaction to the Black September attack at the Munich Olympics was not surprising, although it had disastrous consequences. It's too soon to tell it's too soon to tell what may or may not happen as a result of Netanyahu's forceful rhetoric, but Israel's ability to project power subtly and effectively is exhibited by the work of dedicated and resourceful Mossad agents like Sylvia Rafael on the country's behalf. For Sylvia, the fated road to Norway began very differently from most Mossad combatants. Born in South Africa, Rafael was raised in the Jewish faith, but she did not develop strong loyalty to the Jewish people until a relative took refuge with the Rafaels after his family was slaughtered in Kiev during the Holocaust. Yeah, Kiev. After graduating from university in South Africa, Sylvia turned down a marriage proposal and a comfortable life and moved to the fledgling country of Israel. After several years on a kibbutz and later teaching English in Tel Aviv, she met Modi Kafur for a meeting about a prospective job. I swear this woman looks a lot like, and reminds me of Ghislaine Maxwell. Anyway. Kafur recruited Sylvia for Unit 188, an elite unit in the division of the Israelite Intelligence Corps responsible for special operations outside Israel. Following intensive evaluations regarding her suitability as a Mossad clandestine combatant, and a lengthy training period under Kafur's guidance, Rafael was chosen to be one of the lead intelligence agents tracking the man thought to be Salome. While Sylvia's motivation to fight for Israel was inspired by her family's dark history in the Holocaust, Salome's decision to join the Palestinian Liberation Organization also came as a result of family tragedy, and specifically out of a sense of duty to his father, who had been fatally wounded in the 1948 Arab-Israeli war. Both journeys offer new insights into a complicated and zealous conflict and its profound impact on global politics and the individual lives of their countrymen. The Lilyhammer affair caused Rafael to lose faith in some of her Mossad colleagues and superiors. After her release from prison, Sylvia declined an offer of a position within the Mossad in an executive capacity, preferring to move back to Norway as Sylvia Rafael Schutt, respected lawyer's wife. During her trial and imprisonment in Oslo, Sylvia had fallen in love with and married Anus Schutt, the defense attorney hired by the Israeli government on behalf of the arrested members of the Lilyhammer team. After Anus's retirement, the couple moved to South Africa to be with family. It was there that Sylvia learned that a young female Mossad combatant had finally eliminated Ali Hassan Salameh in Beirut using a planted car bomb near Salameh's home. It was also where, at the age of 68, she died of cancer. Tragic anniversaries such as this are a powerful reminder of the lessons from history the world hasn't yet taken to heart. The Lilyhammer affair and Sylvia Rafael's role in it recalls the failure of intelligence driven by the demand for retaliation that led to Bochiki's death, and cautions against similar retaliation as a consequence of the recent Iran nuclear deal. So, anyway, just find it interesting, because we know all about the things our CIA does, all the horrible things they do, and I'm sorry, but you can't tell me that once they learned how to clone people, that they aren't doing it. I mean, look at the stuff they're doing. And when you find out everything that they are doing and the sick stuff that's going on underground, maybe you'll wake up then. That's all I can say, those poor children. Yeah, you people should be ashamed of yourselves. You're going to be ashamed of yourselves for allowing the harm that they did to children. Go ahead. Look up human hybrids. Go ahead. Go look. Okay, bye.